Those in attendance today to the September 1st, 2022 Board of Public Works and Safety meeting. Roll call, please. Here.
Here.
Any conflict of interest statements, gentlemen?
No, sir.
Approval of the minutes of August 25th, 2022.
I will make a motion to approve those minutes.
I second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Bid openings. Let's see here. Bid openings, Holman Avenue striping, Douglas Street to 165th. And seeing none, I would say that bid opening is closed. That is for Holman Avenue striping, Douglas Street to 165th. No bids. No bids. Be like,
What are you guys doing later?
See you at 3 o'clock.
secondly, Tapper Avenue lighting project. First bid is from Midwestern Electric LLC, East Chicago, Indiana. Got your pocket knife, man? Nah, but just kidding.
Do not. Anybody got a machete or anything?
Never mind. It's all good. Again, first bid is from Midwestern Electric. Okay. Okay, we have the bid. $496. Non-collusion affidavit. And the bid bond, and their total is $519,692.79. Once again, $519,692.79. Midwestern Electric. Next bid is from Hawk Enterprises, Crown Point, Indiana. Okay, and the bid proposal. $496. A non-collusion affidavit, and the bid bond, and their total bid is $505,193.90. Once again, Hawk Enterprises bid is $505,193.90.
Ask that you refer this to engineering and the consultant for review and tabulation.
Okay, I'll make a motion to forward this to engineering for their review and tabulation.
I second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Thank you. Bids, there are no more bids for that project, so bid openings are closed. Matters from department heads and/or the representatives? Nothing. Okay. Correspondence, item A. Correspondence received from Scott Gaddy, NWS Railroad, requesting road closures for a rail replacement project starting August 29th, 2022 through September 13th, 2022 for Carroll Street, Maywood Avenue, Soul Avenue, Oakley Avenue, Sibley Boulevard, State Street, and Willow Street, with advanced work zone services taking care of traffic control and detours. Not all roads will be closed at the same time.
So this is the Norfolk Southern tracks, right through downtown and other elsewhere. Still working on some particulars on the maintenance of traffic. As it stands, it looks like they're going to have flagmen, and they're going to do one half of the road at a time, right? I talked to NDOT. The Calumet is another closing that they'll have to do, but they're going to do half at a time, and NDOT's like, it's just going to take you longer to do it that way.
Leapfrogging, you know.
They have a program, but they're not going to do, them all at the same time. They're not going to cut us off completely.
Okay.
Obviously, we have Hammond. So working out some of the actual detour plans with the detour, the company that's putting up the signs. I got an email from him this morning, and so on its global scale, we're asking for your approval.
Okay, have they started yet or no?
No, I don't believe they've started yet. I think they were planning on starting today, but they're still waiting for approvals.
Got it.
Okay, then I will make a recommendation to, a motion to approve NWS Railroad's request.
I second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
Thank you. Item B, correspondence received from Dan Repay advising the Northcott Bridge will be closed beginning September 6, 2022. So Garriott Construction can install a new flood closure structure on the Munster side of bridge for 4 to 5 weeks, and requesting barricades if not otherwise provided by the contractor.
So I've worked with Mr. Repay and the construction company to make sure that advanced warning signs are placed, particularly at 175th and Northcott, so that before people head south thinking that they can get across, that there would be an advanced warning sign there. I'm asking them to put that up tomorrow so that when the closure starts on Tuesday, that will be notification.
What about River Drive and Columbia?
I
guess that wouldn't matter so much.
when they get there, they'll
Yeah.
have barricades, but I just sort of think about the folks that, coming from the north, on Northcott, thinking that they're gonna get across. Well, they'll,
Gotcha.
even if they went through Schleicher, they could cross at Columbia.
Right. Okay.
So does this need to be forwarded to Public Works for the barricades, or they're providing them?
They should provide them, so I'm not sure,
Okay,
the contractors to do a full closure at that location, so they need to put those up. I don't expect Public Works needs to be there to provide any barricades.
okay.
And will there be like a detour sign?
There's detour signs for the project.
Okay, then I will make a motion then to approve Mr. Repay's request.
I second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
Thank you. Item C, correspondence received from Jessica Guters, 6712 Woodmar Avenue, requesting cautionary signage alerting to the awareness of her autistic child and any other children that may not be able to recognize dangerous situations in her block. I don't think that's asking too much, right?
You good with okay in it then? Okay. Forward to Public Works?
Yes.
Okay, I will make a motion to approve Ms. Guter's request and forward it to Public Works for the signage.
I second.
Those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Matters from board members. Anybody?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Long?
I have one from Oak Hill Cemetery. They're basically requesting some assistance with traffic control, and they're wanting approval to park temporarily on Kenwood. And they're going to put up some signage. It's from October 2nd, from noon to 4, and it's for a tour of the cemetery. They've done this in the past, so I don't have an issue with it.
I think Kalina's probably
Yeah.
helped with that.
Yeah. Forward it to EMA.
Yeah.
And Public Works, Johnny, just in case?
Okay.
I don't think they're not requesting anything, but just in case. Okay, I will make a motion to approve Oak Hill Cemetery's request and also forward it to EMA for any traffic control they need and to Public Works maybe for any barricades they need.
I second.
Those in favor?
Aye?
Aye. Anything, Mr. Perez? No?
No, sir.
Okay. Let's move on to new business. Item A, Robertsdale access agreements for properties located at 1227 Lakeview Avenue, 1222 Lakeview Avenue, 1248 Lakeview Avenue, and 1220 Lakeview Avenue submitted for approval.
This is just continued regarding the lead remediation project Phase 2. I'd request their signature as presented.
Okay, I make a motion then to approve the agreements.
I second.
All those in favor?
Aye?
Aye. Okay. Item B, request for right of encroachment into public right-of-way received from Scott Yanni on behalf of Merge Investment LLC, submitted for approval.
Yes, Mr. Yaney is on the Zoom this morning. I know that Mr. Button and Mr. Poland have also weighed in on this. I don't believe there's any objection, but I'll let Scott briefly present, or if you have any questions on it. Scott, you're on mute. We can't hear you. Unless it's our volume. Okay, let's see. Linda, do you have the remote? Or does anybody have the remote there? Hold on.
I don't know, do you turn it on up there?
With the microphone.
Oh, is that?
There, we heard him.
Hold on, Scott. Go ahead, Scott, say something. We're going to see if we can hear you.
That works.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Hey, maybe I don't want to take up unnecessary time during your meeting, so maybe if you have questions. But basically, my client's looking to resurface a portion of resurface the entire parking lot with a lot of improvements to the Merge building, which is at the corner of Hammond and Waltham. And there was an exhibit where I highlighted, to the best of my ability, is probably lacking in my graphic ability here, but showing the area that's in the public right of way, the boundary where we're seeking to do work in that area. It actually extends all the way up and down Waltham Street, where the public right of way is much wider, and improvements for all of the property owners on Waltham Street actually encroach. But because we're seeking permits to resurface the parking lot, and Mr. Poland's request, we're seeking a right of encroachment here. It all be subject to the city's control. So that's the extent of what you're saying. And Mr. Buck did review, I can go and speak for him. He indicated that.
So this is their
had an
building.
issue with this request.
So they want to what?
Thanks, Scott.
To hear? They want to keep
Dean's
that.
showing the board the area along Waltham right now where the improvements are going to be made, so.
Right, well, so the right-of-way line,
Yep,
Yeah,
the right-of-way line is shown, this is the edge of the property line,
Okay.
right? And so you can see that the existing parking lot is inside the right-of-way.
Okay.
And so he's only talking about the portion that's
Here to
from
there.
the building to the Holman Avenue sidewalk and from the property line to the Waltham
Okay.
sidewalk.
Sure.
Is where they're encroaching. So they're just clearing up the fact that the parking lot's already encroaching.
yeah, I was gonna say, it's already
Right.
okay.
it already is, this just
Right.
kinda clarifies that up
Okay.
and makes it
No, it's
it's
understood.
documented, so we do request its approval.
Okay. Anything further, Scott?
No,
All right, thank you.
Okay, then I will make a motion to approve Mr. Yaney's request.
I second.
All those in favor?
Aye?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Item B, request for right of encroachment into public right-of-way, oh, man, I'm sorry. Item C, garage sale permit submitted for approval.
These are all good. Okay, make a motion to approve the garage sale permits.
I
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Item 10, old business. Letter A, status, 847 117th Street.
Good
Morning.
There's a permit for electrical going on right now. Master Systems is over there. I've had to make a couple calls. They've been working other jobs, but they're working on it now. And I'm in the process of trying to find someone to put in the masonry front entry door. I'm having a little difficulty with that. I've got a couple other houses at Hammond that have permits on them I'm doing work on. So I'm trying to juggle my finances and how much work I can personally do. And all I can say at this point is that we're proceeding on the project.
Is this the old library, right?
Library.
Yeah. And could you state your name for the record, sir?
Your name, sir?
Brian Sears,
What's
owner.
up?
Brian Sears.
Brian Sears.
Ciers.
Yes.
He's been here pretty much every time. The
Okay.
issue is that we set this for status because the rehab agreement expired yesterday. And so, I don't know if Mr. Kearney or anybody else, I don't see any, or Nick or anybody that wants to comment on kind of where we are progress-wise.
I think the main concern was that the property had previously had current permits issued. It was completely gutted, framing went up, structural components went in, and then Mr. Sears had some other things with other properties come up, and it kind of just faded to the back and became a collect-all for some storage items. So they have been in the process of cleaning it out entirely, so that way the contractors can get in, get their permits and do the work. So I can attest that they're moving forward on it. It isn't one that's like a property falling apart. It was basically halfway there, just needs to be finished. They just got to cross the finish line with it. So it is being converted to a residential occupancy. So he's almost there. He's got the electrician over there. Once they're done, then the rest of the utilities can go in, and the building general contractor can go finish the drywall and mudding and trim and finish work.
So, are we gonna need a second extension, right?
Well, Mr. Kearney and I were just talking about that. If you'd like to, go ahead.
I'd like to see a master system calling for their inspection. Then we'll have the building inspector, Bill Luder, go with Dave Hine, electrical inspector, get the status and what, how far along we are. So as soon as master systems is ready for their rough inspection, they need to call that in. Status 90 days. Kevin, do you want to send a rehab or?
Yeah, I mean, if we want to do an extended rehab, do you want to see what's up with the inspection first, and we'll do another status, and then have a rehab ready then, or do you want to just go ahead and?
Let's just go ahead, for the sake of moving forward.
Okay, Mr. Sears, are you agreeable to an extension of the rehab agreement?
Yes, I am.
All right, so do we have a good email address for you? Why don't you give it to me real quick?
B as in boy, D as in David. My name's Ciers. Number 1 at sbcglobal.net.
We'll send an extension there, and let's set it for a status if we could for, probably should do, it'll be a 90-day extension. So maybe, right around the 90-day mark plus a week or two, because I'll need to have it signed and get gotten before you.
So
A week ahead of time,
Yeah, so like it's gonna take a week or so to sign the agreement.
right?
Get the
Oh,
90
I
days.
see what you mean.
So December 1st is the 90 days. Do you want to go to 8th or 15th of December?
Probably the 15th.
15th?
Okay.
December 15th.
That's good.
December 15th. Okay. So we're granting the rehab extension?
No, it'll be
Just
before you once it's signed.
Okay,
That's why I wanted to give us a little time to get it in front of you.
Okay,
okay.
So at this point, just.
Status, right?
yeah.
Okay, then I will make a motion to set this for status to December 15th, 2022.
I second.
All those in favor?
Aye?
Aye. All right, thank you, sir.
Thank you.
I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Item 11, rental registration hearings, 1308 150th Street.
The property address was originally scheduled for 7/14 of '22, along with other properties. That happened to be the week that I was in isolation due to COVID at home. So this is a property address that, through the paperwork I prepared and emailed to Kelly so that he could present for that day. Unfortunately, I made the mistake of missing this property address, so we did not have a findings and orders document for the board to review and sign. So I would make a recommendation if the board would approve the waiver of the late fee for this resident. They have been trying to come in and figure out how to resolve the situation. Because I didn't have the findings and orders with my other documents, I put it together once I started looking at everything else. So that would be my recommendation.
Okay.
They've only been late for 2022. It's a single-family home rental. They've registered on time from 2016 to 2020.
I take no umbrage with that. Do you?
I don't take any umbrage with that at all.
All right, let's do it.
Okay, I will make a motion then to waive the late fee for 2022 for 1308 150th.
I second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
Thank you. Item 12, meeting's open to the public. Is anyone here care to speak? Ma'am? Good morning.
Yes, I have a situation.
Pull that.
Sorry.
No, it's fine. Thank you.
I have a situation. I had a handicap sign in front of my daughter's property where I live. They have a driveway, but my son-in-law is handicapped. So they've got their vehicles on their driveway. There's nowhere for me to park on the driveway. When I first got the sign issued to me, I explained that to them. They came to the home, they looked it over, and they said, okay, and they put a sign. Well, I got home the other day, and I get a notice that they were removing my sign. My problem is, I'm a heart patient. I've got spine problems as well. There's nowhere else for me to park if I can't park in front of my home. And as it is right now, we've got about 15 Illinois plated cars that are constantly on our block. So they take up parking spaces. I'm just asking to have my sign put back in, if that's possible.
What is the address we're speaking of, ma'am?
7120 Jefferson Avenue. They just removed it like between the 19th and the 22nd of this past month.
You just moved there?
No, I've been there for
you've
10
been
plus
there.
years.
You've
That's why I
been
said
there.
that, yeah, the sign's been there for quite some time, and then all of a sudden they're telling me because we have a driveway. But I explained that when I first got the sign, that they use
Did the
it.
city give you a piece of paper of any kind?
I don't remember, because it's been a while, because I've had heart surgery. No, they called and let me know that they were
Do
going to
you
remove it.
recall if they would come back every 2 years? Because they do
Yeah,
come
I-
back every 2 years
Right.
and
I would go every 2 years to
Right.
renew my sign. And so I was surprised when they said they were going to remove it, because the situation hasn't changed. He still uses the driveway. There's 3 vehicles on the driveway right now.
And they're all in the address you just gave me?
Yes. And so like I explained to her, people on my block don't use their driveways, but they do. And there's no other place for me to park, especially in the wintertime. 'Cause like I said, I have heart issues, I have back issues, and if I have to park all the way down the block, that's kind of rough for me.
No, I understand that.
So I was surprised after all these years to remove my sign.
I mean, I don't think the board's aware of all of the facts as to why it was pulled out. I mean, we work off of the guidelines that Public Works gives us.
Right. She said because
Which
I have a
then
driveway.
speaks to, driveway, one sign. So which vehicle is registered for the one sign?
My vehicle.
Your vehicle?
I have 2 vehicles, yes.
Okay.
And like I said, they've always been in front of the house, and we've never had a problem. And now, all of a sudden, they just removed my sign.
Did we kick it down the road a week? It seems like we're missing something here.
Yeah, based on the
Doesn't it
past
seem like we're
history,
missing something?
they only allow one vehicle.
I'm supposed to get one per
For
household.
residents. And I guess, based on the information that we gathered, we have 5 vehicles, so it's only one vehicle registered to that particular
To
address.
that particular, yes, my vehicle is registered to that sign.
Also there.
Ma'am, did you say there was someone else that was handicapped in the house?
My son-in-law, they,
So we have 2 people that are
Right.
handicapped.
So they use their
One's in the drive,
driveway.
one's in the front of the house.
Yeah.
I think that's probably the catch.
It doesn't change things, though. It's one per household, so that's the rules currently, yes.
Yes.
But she has a driveway, so she doesn't get to use, she doesn't get a sign because she has the driveway.
But it's impossible to park on the driveway. Like I said, there's already 3 vehicles there.
I mean, I guess I understand that, but if you're the one that, whose house is it?
It's my daughter and her husband.
Okay.
You live there?
Yes, I do.
So you being the mother and I'm guessing the oldest of it, how come you don't get that, how come you don't get use of the driveway?
Because she's working, so I can't block her way. And then, like I said, there's already 3 vehicles on the driveway. The only other way I'd have to park is like on the sidewalk, off the driveway, and that's not feasible. I'll be blocking the sidewalk. And I explained all of that when I originally got the sign, like I said, 10 years plus. They came out and they looked at it and they said, okay, no problem, and they put the sign up. So I was really shocked to hear that they were removing it.
Would have went out there and looked at it?
Does your son-in-law have, it's disabled,
No, it's
They have removed his toes,
at the beginning.
so he has problems with his
does
feet.
he have like a handicap
We need to
plate?
find.
Yes, he's got 2 handicap plates on their vehicles.
Yeah, I think in the, I guess what I would say is that like in the past, right, we've said no handicap, or disabled, whatever we're calling these spots. Spot in front of the house if you have a driveway.
Right.
But we haven't had an instance where there's been 2
Disabled.
vehicles.
Mhm.
So I think that may be the distinguishing factor, this versus a person that may just have a driveway and they're the only ones in the house, the only one in the house, for example.
We called Derry this morning, and according to her, those instances have come up before, 2 in one household, and they still only get 1 per household if they have a driveway. And if they don't have a driveway, sorry. So this is one where there's 3 in a house, we get that, but they have a driveway.
2 in the house, 2 disabled.
2 in a house, yes, and they have a driveway, so there's 3 cars, and I don't understand why that 3rd car is parking in the driveway if they're not handicapped, I don't
Okay,
understand.
My 3rd vehicle is handicap plated. I just don't have the money to repair it right now. I'm on a fixed income. I'm trying to get it repaired so the kids can start driving because they got their permits. But the other 2 vehicles, one is my daughter drives it to work. And then my son-in-law's at home because he hasn't worked since 2007 and he's lost a couple of toes. And so I try not to infringe on their driveway because he needs to be able close to the house to get out and get in the house. And like I said, I didn't have a problem when I first applied and they gave it to me. And 10.5+ years, now they're telling me I can't. And not all situations are the same.
No, we agree with that, and on an emotional side, we want to say yes to these things like these, but we have to keep in mind that if we grant something to somebody, it could become very big, so we're trying to be mindful of that.
Right, I understand that.
So,
If they weren't using the driveway, I could understand that. And like I said, people on my block do not use their driveways. They park on the street and they leave their driveways for when visitors come. But I've counted at least 10+ cars that are Illinois plated that have been there quite some time. Now, if they're not residents, they should not be parking here. And they shouldn't be living here if they're not plated legally in Indiana.
well, we agree
So
on that also.
that's unfair for us too, because then people are just parking crazy over there. And in the winter, it's the worst, because even if you shovel out your spot, somebody else comes and takes it. And for me, that's rough, because I have issues with my legs, my back, my heart.
So does your daughter park in the driveway?
Yes, she does.
Okay, is there a reason why she parks in the driveway if she's not
So that
handicapped?
she's not taking up somebody else's spot.
Can't
What if
she
she
park
parks
in front of the house?
But if there's no parking, where is she gonna park? That's what I'm trying to say. They park on the driveway because it's easier for him. Sometimes she has to help him to get out. So the cars are plated handicapped because sometimes their car isn't working, so they use the other vehicle, you know? And so I'm on the street. And I don't mind parking on the street, but if you get all the parking cars that are Illinois plated that don't belong there off our street and tell people to use their driveways,
Get an advisement for 7 days, yeah.
Okay.
Can we do that?
you know? I mean, I'm not trying to make it difficult for you gentlemen.
No, we're just trying to make sure we have all, we wanted to hear your reation to the whole thing. It seems like we need to do a little bit more due diligence here, like maybe give us till next week, the 8th of September, which will be our next meeting.
Okay.
We can ask them more questions of Public Works and Derry, who coordinates
Okay.
this throughout the city and
Not all
come up with a
cases
solution
are
that
the
might
same.
be acceptable.
Yeah, no, not all cases are the same. I
No,
think
no.
they should really go according to each individual thing. I mean, I understand that it's blanketed as far as driveways, but not everyone has the same circumstances. That's all I'm asking, is if I can get my handicap spot back.
Sure.
Second for status to next week?
Is that okay with you?
Yeah,
Give us
I can come back.
7 days?
Yes,
Okay,
Okay,
I appreciate your consideration.
thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
thank you.
Okay, I'm going to make a motion to set 7120 Jefferson to status to next week, September 8th.
I second.
All those in favor?
Aye?
Aye. Aye. Anyone else? Open to the public? No? Nobody. We're good.
Okay, make a motion to adjourn the meeting.
I second.
All those in favor?
Aye?
Aye. Thank you.